Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here in the Fuzzy Biker Garage. That is my Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. If you were to buy a brand new Himalayan, what are 5 things you should add to it right away? This is my list. We will start with what a Himalayan is. It is a 452cc single cylinder, dual overhead cam, 4-valve, ADV bike that will do absolutely everything. It's got a 21-inch front tire. It's got about 8 inches of suspension travel in the front. Check that out, upside down fork, showy upside down fork. It's got about 8 inches of travel in the rear. It's got a monoshock. You can see it in there somewhere. There it is. It's got loads of ground clearance down there. It's got a 4.5 gallon gas tank that gives it lots of range. It's a wonderful bike. 5 things I would add to this right away. First thing would be a windshield. That's first on my list here. The stock windshield is about this tall and about this wide, and it just doesn't give me enough protection for the kind of riding I do. So I got this windshield from Baxter. It's a WRS. It's the biggest one I could find. It's taller, it's wider, and if I could find a bigger one, I would buy that. It does give me some good weather protection. I'd like to have more. The next thing I would add would be a kickstand foot like this one. Not because the bike leans too much, but because this is a bike that I use off roads and I want a little extra width when I plunk it down in the dirt or the mud. Third thing I would add, and this one's really important to me. See if I can get it to work. I think I shut it off actually. This is a TPMS system. This lets me know my tire pressure on the front and rear tire all the time as I go down the road. I've got little sensors on the tires. Here, there's one right there. Little batteries that you have to change about every 6 to 9 months. So you're driving down the road, you hit a different kind of a surface, you feel like you have a flat, you look down your gauge, it'll let you know. Fourth thing I would add are bark busters, hand protection. Now these are bark busters that I got from 3D Cycle Parts, 3dcycleparts.com. They are actually powder coated black right here. So if you look at everything up here, it's all black. This is all blacked out. When you buy bark busters, they're usually aluminum. These have been powder coated. The only place I can find those is 3D Cycle Parts. It's a great product. Took me about an hour to put them on. They work pretty good. One thing to talk about, people talk about is do they hit the windscreen? And the answer is they would if my mirrors weren't in the way. I did add these mirrors. The next thing I would say, the last thing that's on my list of 5, is a GPS. Now this is the GPS off my old Royal Enfield Himalayan over yonder. I have not mounted it on here. The next time we take the gas tank off, I'm going to get rid of this bag. I'm going to put the GPS right here. The bike does come with a nav system built in right here. However, that nav system is phone dependent. We're planning a trip to Alaska this year. I think the satellite, the Garmin, this is a Garmin, will give me the best information. Hey, look at this. Nomad. That's what this bike's name is, the Nomad. How's that for a motorcycle? Other things I would do to the motorcycle. Tank bag. I've got this Tuss tank bag on here. I did buy myself a Rhino Walk tank bag right here. And I like it. It's a great looking bag. It's got lots of room. However, it looks really good on the back of my Bear. So that's where it's end up. So for now, we're going to use this one on this bike. Another thing that I really like is the tail box. This thing right here. This thing has just been an absolute joy. This is one of the best adds I think I've added to this motorcycle. It has lots of room. I keep my drinks in there, my sandwich in there. I keep my jackets in there, my gloves in there. I get off the bike, I want to get a drink. Just pop it open. Bang, there it is. You know, I want to change my gloves. I want to do things like that. Easy, easy peasy. I've got this little flashlight in here so I can see in the dark. And then I just put this in today. That's going to be my document holder. I took this bike on a 1,000-mile ride to Virginia. The first 300 miles were in the rain. I got to the hotel that night and everything inside the box was dry. I was absolutely amazed. Very good product. It's lockable and it's got these tie downs for the top. Also, it's got a pad for the passenger. The next thing would be tires. The bike comes with Seat tires from Royal Enfield. I got about 7,600 miles on the back tire and it was still pretty good. I think I could have got another couple thousand miles, but I had a long trip. So I went ahead and I put this Dunlop Trail Max Mission tire on the back. That tire has about 10,000 miles on it. Let me get a flashlight here. I think I can get 15, maybe even more out of that. It's a very rugged tire with these great big lugs on the edge. See that? So that gives it a lot of good sidewall protection. It's a hard tire. It doesn't have as much feel as the Seat does, but it does work very well. The front tire is still the Seat. This is over 17,000. It is wearing out, but I do have a couple thousand more miles in it. When it does wear out, I will get a Dunlop Trail Max Mission for the front as well. These are tube tires. What about tubeless tires? Do I want to upgrade to tubeless tires? Of course, I'd love to upgrade to it. Do I need to? I don't think I do. You know, I rode 60,000 miles last year, including 17,000 miles on just this bike alone. I have not had a flat. I did not have a flat last year. I do usually get a flat, and I've always been able to handle it, so it always seems to work out. Next thing are just little things that I'm adding to the bike to make the bike more comfortable. I always try to have like a bike luggage net so I can strap things down, you know, put my jacket on and stuff like that. I've got this bag here. I want to Put that on the side of the bike to hold things like chain lube and windshield cleaner and just miscellaneous things like that. I also have this gas bag that Colorado Mark lent me a gas bag last summer. I think I'm going to put this on the back of the bike. That way I have an extra gallon of gas. Back to luggage. Now there's a lot of options for luggage, and I've done a couple videos on that recently. I'm toying with this option here. So this system here, you put this bra on the back of the bike, you use these 15-liter bags, and they kind of clip in place. And the idea was, when I got to where I was going, I could just pop these off and go into the hotel. We've been doing a lot of videos on bag options for the Royal Enfield Himalayan and of course for the Bear, because we've got this Alaska trip coming up. Now I did a video where we had hard bags. I've already got the hard box on the back. I could put hard boxes on the side. There are also a plethora of soft bag options. There's this system here. There's another system with mechanic bags from Rhino Walk. There are the banana shaped bags. We just did a Himalayan with the green bags. I can't think of what that was called. They were also Rhino Walk. Other options that I should talk about that I don't know that I'm going to do myself. Heated grips. I think heated grips are a good idea. However, I'm thinking I'm going to go with heated gloves instead. The next thing would be a radiator guard right there. And I think that might be a good idea, but I'm also very impressed with how well this thing has worked so far, you know. How about a skid plate and crash bars? Well, there are a lot of really good crash bar options out there. We just did a couple bikes that have the 3-point wide crash bars. The one reason I would get them is if I could put foot pegs on them. That way I'd have another option for putting my feet on, especially on a long ride. So how about y'all? What have y'all done to your bikes to gear up for a long trip, a long ride? You know, maybe a trip to Alaska. By the way, if y'all are interested in a trip to Alaska, or we're going to leave Baxter Cycle in Marnie, Iowa. We're going to leave June 21st, the first day of summer. We're going to head out from there. We're going to head into Nebraska and then up to the Black Hills. We'll probably hang out there for a little bit. Then we'll head north from there up through Montana, Wyoming, Montana. Should be a lot of fun. Now, if y'all are interested in a motorcycle like this, a new used Royal Enfield, Triumph, classic British bike of any type, need parts, accessories, thingamajigs, doodads, gear, bags, windshields, gloves, jackets, helmets, anything at all, get yourself over to Baxter Cycle in the mighty Minnetropolis of Marnie, or go to baxtercycle.com. Make sure you tell them that Fuzzy Biker, that's me, sent you. Now, it's a beautiful day out there, but it's cold. There's actually snow on the ground. Can you see it? So I don't think I'm going to get any riding in. If it's nice where y'all are at, get out and ride, my friends. Wahoo.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wahoo!